Thank you for staying with us. And if you're just tuning in, it's Newsweek, where we highlight some of the biggest stories that made the headlines recently. Now, during the week, controversies began to trail President Bola Tinubu's appointment of Ola Olukoyede as chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Many in some quarters view his appointment as a violation of the law establishing the anti-corruption agency. Olukoyede, although a former EFCC secretary and ex-chief of staff to the chairman of the commission, did not meet the requirements of Section 203 of the EFCC Act to be qualified for the appointment. According to those quarters, Olukoyede had no experience in any security or law enforcement agency until his first appointment at the EFCC in 2016. Where he was appointed to serve as the chief of staff to then acting chairman Ibrahim Magu. He was subsequently appointed as the secretary of the commission in 2018 and served in that capacity up till 2020, where he was suspended from office by then President Muhammadu Buhari. He was suspended alongside Magu and some other officials of the commission. He and Magu were never recalled. I still have Nelson Ikujumi, a political analyst and human rights advocate, and as well I have Ibrahim Gaba. Let me come to you, Mr. Nelson. A lot of reactions have trailed this, and some believe that the president have erred in this appointment, Olukoyede's appointment. Where do you stand? Do you agree?
I disagree absolutely, because the law, the EFCC Act, is very clear, and that act stipulates that whoever will be the chairman will be either a serving or a retired security officer who has worked in the security agency or a law enforcement agency, and that candidate must be somebody with not less than 15 years work experience, as well as of the rank, not below the rank of an assistant commissioner of police. Mr. Olukoyede, that we are talking about, was the chief of staff to the chairman of EFCC between 2016 to 2018, and he became the secretary of EFCC between 2018 to 2020. And the EFCC Act is very clear that the position of the secretary and the chairman are permanent members, which means Mr. Olukoyede, by his role as the secretary of EFCC for 2 years, qualified as having been somebody who worked in a law enforcement agency, of which the EFCC is. Then, talking about 15 years experience, the law did not stipulate whether the 15 years experience should be in the security agency or not. Some persons have gone further to say, in explaining further, the law said cognate experience. And if we look at cognate experience, this is a man who has had 22 years post-bar experience with specialization in fraud and corruption management, intelligence, and what have you. So by that provisions of the law, Mr. Olukoyede is well within the purview of the law, has been eminently qualified to have been appointed. But people are free to question, to say, some persons have come up to say, oh, that experience should have been in the security agencies or in the law enforcement agency. But the law did not stipulate that. But even as at that, what we know clearly is what the law has written down. The confirmation of Mr. Olukoyede now is going to the Senate. Whoever has any other alternative view, we expect them to avail the Senate that fact. And if they are still dissatisfied with the position of the Senate, which one expects them to confirm this nominee, the courts are there for anybody to ventilate, is a disagreement with that choice.
All right, Mr. Gaba, I don't know what you think of this. In spite of all this, what can you say about the person of Olukoyede? Do you think his experience is enough as EFCC chairman?
I think let us look at it this way. In the wisdom of Mr. President, appointing officers to man key positions in different MDAs across the nation, it shows that he is a man that is out to succeed. If you want to succeed as a team lead, You must have people with requisite experience, people with cognate experience, people that have the capacity to deliver. But one thing I want to add, just like the first speaker mentioned, is the fact that Ola Olukoyede is somebody who is vast in forensic, is a forensic expert, apart from being a lawyer. And for the first time again, we are seeing a lawyer taking charge of the EFCC. It's not about police this or police that. With due respect to the Nigerian police, the laws are there. But then we don't want to, we don't want to be involved in cases of abuse of office. We don't want to be involved in cases of where we go to court, we lose the battle at the end of the day. We need proper investigation in all corrupt cases. We all know how, people are involved in so many corrupt activities in the country today. Why are they scared? I think this is coming from the opposition because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is out to sanitize the system. We know what happened during the past administration whereby so many cases were lost because, one, they were nowhere managed. But this man is somebody that will direct the affairs of the commission to ensure that each time cases are being prosecuted, we will not witness failure, we will not witness a situation whereby people continue to loot the treasury. This alone casts fear in the minds of a lot of people. A lawyer, for the first time, managing the affairs of the commission. To me, I give this credit to Mr. President. At least let us have a paradigm shift and begin to think out solutions that will help us solve some of these problems facing the nation today. We need to move on. You should look at it this way. This man, Mr. President, has a vision to deliver this country. And every appointment he has made has gone through due process. A lot of people sat down to look at their qualifications. You don't just make pronouncement. At the end of the day, what we want to see is the nation must move forward because we have the right people in the right places. That's all for now.
All right.